I've picked another Beatles song from my playlist to share with you today, but this time it's an early one. P.S. I Love You. Well, it seems like I've been spending quite a bit of time with Mr. McCartney lately in the Beatles material. This is one of the earlier Beatles songs that I still enjoy hearing and find myself playing just for the pure enjoyment of it. And it just so happens to be another McCartney song. There are some specific things that make it stand out to me and that I truly enjoy about it. Well, first of all, it still catches me by surprise because it comes in, it just blasts out the opening so unceremoniously out of nowhere. And if I have my playlist on shuffle or something, it comes without warning. As I write, oh my goodness, it's so bright and powerful and just grabs my attention every time. But it's a little bit deceptive in its opening as well because it's such a bright opening. But as the song progresses, rather short little song, but as it progresses, I always enjoy noticing McCartney's tonal coloring of his voice, how he rapidly shifts his approach to convey different emotional aspects. Everything from the passionate blues style interjections like, oh, you know I want you to say the warbling bird like, I'll be coming home to you, love, to the warm and fuzzy, P.S. I love you. I love the P.S. aspect of the song. You know, this idea of letter writing song. I guess it's not terribly uncommon, but the idea of P.S. I love you. I just like that. I like the way the vocal harmonies come and go along the way as well. And one of the things that I find really enjoyable and kind of tempting about it is how it feels like the harmonized parts almost create a kind of a shortened version of the song, or maybe even, as I say, it's a bit tempting to me because it makes me feel like I could even read it as another message, a sort of secret, but not so secret message. And I could read through just those parts and maybe you'd get what I'm saying. So, for example, starts out, as I write this letter, all one voice. Then we get to treasure these few words till we are together. Sorry, the text is a bit. Treasure these few words till we're together. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. But if I just read the harmonized parts, treasure words. All ever you. In other words, it's almost as if it's saying, keep these words, that my message to you is it's always, only, forever about you. Treasure words. All ever you. Isn't it charming? Isn't it tempting to kind of treat that as another secret message in the music? I like the idea, and it tempts me every time I pay attention to those harmonies coming and going in their little special moments to treat it as another message. But my favorite part of the song is that wonderful chord on the you of P.S. I love you. And I've known this song for quite a while now in the grand scheme of things, as far as it relates to how long I've known any of these songs on this channel. And I've done a bit of reading about it from time to time. I've seen it described as a dark sidestep, but I feel it differently. Yes, it does darken, but more like pulling a warm blanket over our heads, a kind of shift to a more intimate environment. Yes, it does darken in a way, but more like pulling a blanket over our heads, a warm, fuzzy blanket over our heads, a kind of shift to a more intimate environment, especially compared to the opening. And I think that this shift is strengthened by how McCartney colors his voice when he gets down to that note, to be warm and fuzzy. It is such a contrast. As I write this letter, P.S. I love you, but this chord here, enhances it. We're in the key of D major. As I write this letter, send my love to you, right? That's the bright, happy. Then we get down to P.S. I love you. There, that chord. P.S. I love you. What a surprise. It does shift. It does feel a bit dark, perhaps. But I also think that the major quality of this B flat chord helps to set the tone here, even beyond the fact that it's a surprise sidestep and McCartney's voice. So it does sidestep, it does darken, but not too much and not in an unpleasant way. I mean, just imagine if he tried to use the diatonic minor 6 chord, the B minor there. How would this feel? Okay, let's back up and get the context again. So we're in the key of D, right? Treasure these few words together. Keep all, that's an A, keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. It works. It sounds fine. It's a very standard, ordinary progression. P.S. I love you. It's the interrupted cadence, the false cadence. P.S. I love you. That's the minor there. And it sounds a bit more ordinary, dull, boring, as well as a bit more minor, of course. But now listen to what he really did. P.S. I love you. Oh, warm and fuzzy. P.S. I love you. Listen to the other option. P.S. I love you. Okay. P.S. I love you. So nice. I can even add some bass there and fill it out. It's a nice surprise, and it works so nicely. That B flat major is so good there. And then the end, even though he tries to wrap it up and tie it off nicely with the repetitions in the coda, the truth is, when this song comes to the end, that final chord, it still feels like he doesn't know how to close the letter. So we finally just get to the end as unceremoniously as it started. As I write this letter, P.S. I love you. You. Bah. There we go. There's this feeling of unpolished directness, which in this context is really quite charming, isn't it? Now, of course, I've been further down the road in this Beatles journey since I listened to the song. And so I start to notice maybe some common approaches. There are things about the song which remind me of When I'm 64. And if I were going to summarize it, it would be the simplicity, the sweetness, the lack of fanfare. That one's a big one for me. This feeling of this is just coming from a perfectly ordinary person living a perfectly ordinary life, which to anybody else has just a perfectly ordinary love story. And yet, when you get inside that life, that perfectly ordinary life, it's so beautiful and so special. There's no fakery or makeup. There's no, made for TV feel. There's no romantic novel grandiosity. It is simply ordinarily, can I say unfakely? That's terrible. Genuinely sincere and beautiful. Yes, okay, you can say it's a sentimental piece of music, but sentimentality is not always a bad thing. Love, delight, affection is beautiful and precious when it comes with utter sincerity and lack of pretense. And that, I think, is one of the things that comes through so incredibly beautifully in this song, P.S. I Love You. And this is what makes me come back to it over and over and over again. I'm still listening to it. I'm still enjoying it on my playlist, even though it's one of the first Beatles songs I listened to. I don't know exactly number which, but one of the early ones. And that's why I like it. This is what makes me come back to it over and over again. This utter simplicity, lack of pretense, sincerity, and quality of pure spirit. That's why I love it. I'll see you soon.